Uh, Good afternoon or good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Working with Watson again. And this is Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. So you better have on your Christmas sweater, first of all. If you don't, go get it. Pause right now. Go get your ugly Christmas sweater. Put it on because it is Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. Whether you are here or not, you are part of EPG in the junior high in fifth grade, and it is Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. So go get it, put it on. If you have it on, when you have it on, take a picture of it, send it to me. You can send it through Dojo. You can send it through email. You can send it, attach it to this if you need to. Whatever way you want to give me that picture, send it to me, and I'll get you Dojo points for wearing your ugly Christmas sweater and being a participating in that. Okay, so that's the first thing. Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. Make sure you have it on. I don't have mine on. This is still Tuesday for me. I'm wearing my green. I will have my ugly Christmas sweater on tomorrow. It actually goes to Christmas Vacation. Best Christmas movie. So wear your ugly Christmas sweater. Send me a picture first. Getting to the assignment today, we're not going to do anything graded. We are going to kind of do some exploring here. I found this website very interesting. So we have talked about how the world has changed and what it might have looked like. And I know in the web quest today, which would be Tuesday or yesterday for you, Tuesdays or this week, the web quest, one of the slides was talking about how Wyoming, the trilobites in the water were in Wyoming. And we're thinking Wyoming is literally in the Rocky or past the Rocky Mountains, in the Rocky Mountains, past the Rocky Mountains. How are marine animals in that time? How are we finding fossils from there? So when you click on the website, this is the one that's going to pop up, and we actually want to go to Launch Interactive. So when we launch Interactive, we can actually work with this, the world a little bit here. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay. And what we're looking at is here is our world today. You can see there's Chicago, Washington, D.C., New York. You can see Los Angeles. We can see the Rocky Mountains. We can go up. We can check out the ice coverage and everything on the North Pole. We can do the same on the South Pole by dragging and clicking around. There's Hawaii way over here. Sydney, Australia. So a couple other things to point out. You can look at the charts. You can see how the temperature has changed over time. So you can see our warmest point in Earth's history as far as back as we know. Right here goes up to just over 30 degrees Celsius. This is Celsius. We use Fahrenheit here in the United States, but Celsius is there. So just over 30, so about 31 maybe degrees is the highest, and that's all the way back here. I mean, here's 500 million years ago. That's going way back here in the Cambrian era, over 500 million years ago. And you can see it goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up and down, and then it goes way over here to where we are currently today. So I'll close that. There's some charts. You can also hit different views. You can add in where they found fossils. You can find out impact events where those happened. If I click on those, you can see they pop up with the red. Definitely check out what some of those are. I have not checked out all of them. Kind of interested now. Geological events, biological events, mass extinctions, and again, even where they found fossils. Yeah. So you can select any of those. You could have the grid on. You could take the grid off. That's up to you. I kind of like it on. It kind of helps me find out where I am. Just click on the thing again, and it goes away. A couple things I wanted to point out for you to check out. Number one, up here in the top right is the day length. You'll notice that right now we know we have 24 hours in a day. That is one to watch as you change and move to different time periods. It definitely changes, which is interesting. That means the Earth does not take as long to rotate on its axis. So the other thing to point out is right over here. It says time equals 0 Mayas. That does not mean there are 0 Mayas. We know there are Mayas that exist in this world. We have one in our fifth grade classroom or class. So no, it's not 0 Mayas. That is 0 millions of years ago. So 0 millions of years ago. This is present day Earth. 0 years ago. So let's do this. I want to go back to, we know that um, the Jurassic period is where dinosaurs were, right? Jurassic Park. Everybody thinks that's the only time. We've learned that they were in the entire Mesozoic era, Triassic, Jurassic, Cretaceous. But I want to go to the Jurassic period. And actually, I can, if I click on that, that's what comes up. I hadn't done that yet. So it was interesting. But I want to take this little bar thing and check out what happens with my world. As I roll back, you can see the plate tectonics taking effect. And, oh, sorry, I said we were going to Jurassic. I was trying to go too far. And here is the very interesting part. Like, here's our world. Look at that. There's the North Pole. Here's the South Pole. There's no Antarctica there. Everything has moved. Here you have South America. You can still see the outline of the country there. You can see this is Rio, so Rio de Janeiro right here. That would be in South America. But you can see Africa is here. But check out the United States. We know this the best just because of our location. Here's Washington, D.C. It is almost all the way over here as a part touching Africa. It is buried by an ocean or a sea that flows in between these continents. New York City, buried underwater. Toronto, Chicago, I mean, think, right here's the water. Here's Chicago. We're talking about the Great Lakes. Great Lakes are up here. This is not the Great Lakes. This is Chicago. Look at Florida. Here's the outline of Florida. Florida is completely underwater. On the WebQuest again, you talked about Wyoming being underwater. Look at Wyoming. Wyoming is this square right here that you can see part of. And all the water that flows into this would be technically considered a bay, I imagine, or a sea that the water is flowing into and covering parts of Wyoming. Calgary is covered up there, and it's a huge portion. Check out the North Pole, no ice. South Pole, no ice, again. The other thing to look at, check out the length of day. We're at 23 hours a day now. So the days are actually shorter than they were. If we look at our time, we are 175 million years ago. That's not 175 Mayas, 175 million years ago. But, so this is how you can play around with it and look at the world in different times. I mean, if we can go all the way down here to over 500 million years ago, that's 520 million years ago. This is cool, by the way. I don't know what that is, these little island here and these little circle. I don't know what that is, but I'm intrigued. It's interesting. What's going on? Check out our length of day. 21 hours a day. 21 and a half-ish. So we almost lose 2.5 hours a day. But look at how much of that mass of land is just pushed together. Here's your cities in China, buried under ocean. Let's see, here's Chicago, right there. Buried underwater. The other one that I want to point out, and again, I want you to kind of mess with it, play around, go to different time periods, see what you can find, is this one up here you can change and you can actually go to the Ice Age. And it sets now, so time is 0. We're at sea level. Temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. You can easily type in Google and type in Celsius to Fahrenheit and find out the temperature of that. I would do it, but I'm going to try and keep it this shorter for you, just giving some directions. You can easily just start going back in time. Actually, let me bring this down. Let's check out the United States. Watch what happens in the United States as we start going back in time. How many years ago? Look at the North Pole starting to spread, and the glaciers and the ice. And once we get all the way back here, as far down as this goes during this time period, the Ice Age Earth, here's Chicago, buried by those glaciers, that snow. Washington, D.C., almost. New York's covered. Los Angeles has snow getting here by it. You can see the snow popping up. I also want you to check out South America. You know, we think of South America as warm. Here's glaciers. Here's some ice pocket here. Same thing with Australia. We always think of Australia as warm, deserty, dry. Here's ice patch glaciers covering the part of that. I mean, Sydney, Australia, right on the edge of that ice. Maybe in it a little bit, depending on how pointy this marker is. Again, this entire island covered with ice. Right here in the middle of Asia. And even Europe is completely, not completely, but a good portion of Europe is covered by ice and snow and glaciers during this time. So check that out, see some different things. I've learned some interesting things by clicking around. You can try, so here's where we're at, I mean, closer today. So here's the 2002 to 2012. You can go back to 1912, 1922, and click around and see. So this time you're looking at temperatures, time of day. That's kind of cool looking thing though, isn't it, with that? So see what you can learn. I think you can even go back even further. Check this out. We talked about those three main time periods, the Paleozoic, the Mesozoic, and Cenozoic, but we talked about there's even further back than that. And I mean, you're talking up here 590 million years ago, and you can even be going up to 2,450 million years ago, and look at the Earth. There's not much to see. And look at that. So this is where they're saying before even life itself happened. So check it out. Let me know what you find out. I want you to comment below. Let me know something you found out by clicking around on this thing that you maybe didn't know before, or if it was something we talked about in class that this proved kind of that thought process that we were able to see that we talked about in class that you were able to see now by clicking on these links. Okay, so I want to know something you learned in the comments below. Have a good afternoon. Have a good rest of your day, and I will talk to you later. Peace.